Welcome to the Foul Mouth News, where the filters are off and the language is colorful. If you are offended by profanity or vulgarity in general, not to mention political incorrectness, this video is not for you. You have been forewarned. So if you have virgin ears, be prepared because they are about to be violated.
Hello, everyone. Now, this right here is good to see because even in fucking Commiefornia, the parents are fed up with the fucking putting, troons on the girls' fucking teams, when it comes to school. That is always good to see because you should not have men competing with women, whether it's professional, college, high school, middle and junior high. All right, there should not be men, boys, on the women's and girls' teams basically beating the shit out of them, for lack of a better way of putting it, because in a lot of instances, they are physically harming them. Field hockey, rugby, these are all sports where girls and women can get seriously hurt, along with others that they do. And we're letting men who sucked playing as a man get on these women's teams and fucking dominate these girls' teams. And parents are seeing this shit and they're like, what the fuck? Especially like in, say, excuse me, say like the idea of like track and field type events, cross country. Because a fucking slow boy is still going to beat a fucking fast girl. But anyway, we have an article here from Outkick that was published on December 20th. I know I'm getting to a few days late, but this is a good way to start off the week to even see that Commiefornia parents are fucking done with this shit. And the title here, Angry Parents Shred California School Board for Allowing Trans Athlete on Girls Team. Doesn't say who this was written by. Matt Regal. Okay. Anyway, let's get into this here. California's Riverside Unified School District, or RUSD, RUSD, has been at the center of controversy after a transgender athlete, after a fucking troon, was permitted to compete on the girls' cross-country team, and parents laid into the school board on Thursday night. If that name rings a bell, which it should with some people who might have seen with the other shit that went on with this, but it is because this is the same district that punished students at Martin Luther King High School for wearing shirts that read "Save Women's Sports," saying they created a hostile environment and allegedly compared the shirts to wearing swastikas. Yes, I remember this. Oh, they definitely did compare them to wearing swastikas. You were like, oh my God, you're being like Hitler towards the troons. That's like wearing a swastika, saying that save women's sports. They actually pulled this fucking shit. These lefty fucking teachers and administrators in the fucking school, all right? And they try to claim it's a hostile environment. What do you think putting boys on the girls' team is? That's creating a hostile environment because these girls possibly have a chance if they have the ability, all right, if competing on a level playing field with other girls, of possibly, maybe, I don't know, getting a scholarship to a school, or or at least get accepted because of like their skills, even though they might have to pay that to a school that they wouldn't normally get into. This is a chance for them with, say, like cross country and track. With this particular instance, it's a chance for these girls to possibly get scholarships and end up at better colleges and universities that they would otherwise. But when you have a boy going in and dominating shit, they get fucked. It's the same thing with the swimming situation that we've seen. It's the same thing with like the fucking dude that looks like a lady that was on the fucking college women's volleyball team. It's the same exact shit. Anyway, which, as anyone with an ounce of sense knows, is one hell of a stretch. Well, no shit, it's a hell of a stretch to compare that to a fucking swastika, but they did it because these people are unhinged. These fucking people don't have a sense of fucking reality. See, these are people that were raised that you can have anything you want. You can do anything you want. All right? You can be anything you want. All right? You deserve it. Like, the participation generation fucking bullshit caused this. And now these fucking people are the ones that are instilling shit into kids, all right? These are the people that are indoctrinating the fucking kids. And they're perpetuating the shit. Because fucking lovey-dovey hippie fucking, boomers, oh my God, every kid must feel like they're worth something. Well, they also need to feel like they also need to know what it feels like when you can't always get what you want. When you're not necessarily the best and you don't win. They needed to learn these things. Because they didn't, we end up with this type of fucking shit. I'm serious about that. That's part of the reason why we have this shit happening. Anyway, and since the district isn't willing to stand up for the girls who go there, and the girls aren't being given a chance to stick up for themselves, although according to Fox News Digital, the school gave up on punishing students for the shirts around December 11th. Yes, after a very long fucking period, okay, it was time for the adults to act. It was time for the adults, actual adults with common sense, to step in. Yes, because see, the girls, they still kept wearing the shirts. Their parents were like, yeah, I'm not going to get mad at you for getting in trouble for this because you have no reason to be in trouble, okay? And it's an act of defiance. Hell, if they kept nailing my kid for that shit, wearing a shirt like that, there'd be hell to pay. They'd all be going, oh shit, run! When I'd be going in to talk to them, because I would look so pissed that they would think I was going to rip off their necks and shit down their throats. I mean, this is ridiculous. Anyway, parents went scorched earth on the school board. One mother blasted the school board by pointing out the fact that the district's own science textbook teach the genetic differences between male and females, something the district is clearly rejecting by allowing a biological male to compete on the girls' team. And just in case the school board needed a refresher on this bit of basic freshman science, the woman wore a shirt that read, XX does not equal XY. Why does it have a T at the end of it? Oh, that must be a typo. Okay. All right, sorry about that. I was trying to look at it and figure it out. I mean, here she is in video doing it. I mean, like this here, all right? Like 150 plus MLK high school students in Riverside, California wore Save Girls sports shirts after two female athletes were compared by admin to wearing swastikas in front of a Jewish student for wearing this shirt. This is a male on the girls' cross-country team. Admin dress-coded students forced. Yeah, I mean, they had to throw tape on it. I'd be like, go fuck yourself. All right, if they told the kid that, I'd be like, you ever have that happen? And my mother told me this. You ever have a teacher try to silence, your speech or whatever? All right, cause a problem for you. Go to the office, go to the payphone, say you're calling your mother. I'll deal with it. And that's what I would teach my kid. I'd be like, yeah, text me, call me, something. Let me know what's going on. I will deal with it. And I would deal with this shit because this is ridiculous. I'd be like, excuse me, you're violating their First Amendment rights. You're comparing this shit to the swastika. I'd be like, are you this fucking retarded? I'd be saying it just like that. I'd be like, oh my God, you're messing with you're discriminating against the mentally disabled. No. Unless you're actually physically fucking retarded, I'm not saying anything derogatory towards them unless you want me to say that, unless you're trying to say that you being compared to an actual fucking abject retard, like a clinical one, is like bringing them down somehow, which would explain a lot because, yeah, it would be. So I apologize to all retards out there. I mean, this is fucking ridiculous. Anyway, here's what you did to students who wore the shirt I'm wearing tonight for claiming a biological fact that's in your textbook, that's part of your curriculum. Are we going to put tape on the textbooks next? Is this what's going to happen? We're not going to teach science, she asked. You are denying biological facts to not hurt someone's feelings, and that's not okay. I feel bad for the school board members if they didn't do this to themselves because they spent the night getting dunked on more than a Nerf mini basketball hoop on the back of a bedroom door. Fuck no, no one should feel bad for these fucking assholes, whether they did this to themselves or not. Because even if they didn't do this to themselves, because these people were actively doing shit that caused this. But say they were just doing their job and the teacher slipped it in behind them, I would still have no sympathy for them, because these fucking people are supposed to be running the school. These fucking people are the ones who are supposed to make sure that teachers don't do shit like that. So I would still have no sympathy for them, because clearly they were incompetent in doing their fucking job, if that were the case. But that wasn't the case. These fucking people, these administrators, okay, the school board, they all fucking actively worked towards bringing this shit into the school. Every one of them should be fucking fired. Fuck their tenure. I don't give a fuck. They all need to go. Anyway, another woman rolled into the meeting with another book, advised any kids in the room, which also featured man pro-trans activists, to leave, and then read sexually explicit excerpts from the book that are currently sitting in the middle school's library. I can't think of any reason a middle schooler would need to read sexually explicit material, and if you can, go seek professional help. Yeah, you're a fucking pervert. If you're fucking giving this type of material to a fucking minor, to a fucking child, all right, you're a groomer. You are no better than a fucking pedophile. You are either a pedophile or a pedophile adjacent. You are a child fucking groomer. Deal with that fact, you slime bag piece of shit. Whoever allowed this book to be in that library, I wouldn't be surprised if there's that. I mean, allegedly, this is my opinion, that there could be, say, thousands of child porn pics on the fucking asshole's computer. Wouldn't surprise me if they think this shit is acceptable in a school. Anyway, she also blasted the school board for labeling those concerned about the welfare of their daughters agitators, agitators, and MAGA disruptors. Yes, well, that's all the left knows. If you go against their shit, you are automatically a MAGA disruptor. You are automatically in with Trump. It doesn't matter to them, because, see, they've got this black and white fucking look at the world. They don't see that there are many shades of gray, that, oh my God, people on the left, people on the right, people that are non-political, just people in general might have a fucking problem with boys being on the girls' team, taking away spots from girls, okay, taking away wins from girls, taking away a bunch of shit from them, and then more than likely going into the same fucking locker room as them and changing. There are certain lines that should not be crossed, and in this situation, you're crossing every fucking single line that should not be crossed. In regards to, like, boys competing with girls and shit like that. You're crossing every fucking line that should not be crossed. And instead of sitting there and arguing your point and showing why you're the right, you have the right point of view, you sit there and you label, you try to malign and slander people, and the best you fucking got is, oh my God, they're agitators and they're MAGA disruptors. Fucking A, the left can't meme, the left can't fucking talk shit, the left can't joke, the left fucking sucks at everything except for consuming shit and not being productive members of fucking society. That they fucking excel at. Hell, if there was an Olympics for that shit, they'd all be gold medalists. I mean, give me a fucking break. These fucking people. Anyway, another father who has triplets at the high school, and one of his daughters was one of the students involved in a lawsuit alleging her First Amendment rights were violated by the school, said that while the student athletes at the school are told they can't miss practice, the transgender athlete at the center of the controversy was told that they didn't have to and attended only 14 of 74 practices. So not only are they fucking forcing these girls to compete with a fucking boy, they're also fucking doing this two-tiered shit because, oh my God, we don't want to upset the truth. We want to look progressive, so you don't need to show up. Yes, because he didn't need to show up to the practices and actually practice, because even with being fat and out of shape and, say, not training every day, going for a run every fucking day, he was still decimating all the fucking girls. Jesus H. Christ. I mean, like, you don't think that, I mean, hell, that should go to speak to a lot. And I actually remember when these girls that sued about their First Amendment rights, okay? And I think I remember, like, this father specifically. Shit, what the fuck is it? I can't remember his name. Fuck. But I remember, yeah, he was fucking pissed when the suit was going on. He was pissed. Anyway, they were given preferential treatment so that they did not have to come to practice, he said. That's why we're here. That's why all this came about, and the administration knew about it. I mean, yeah, his daughter was one of the ones that could not wear the Save the Girl sports t-shirts. I mean, this is good to see. In Commiefornia, the parents have even had enough of their shit. I mean, the state did go pretty, for California. I mean, it went pretty far over towards the right and Republicans with the election and Trump. I mean, a lot of it went red, except for a couple key cities that are shitholes and seem to dictate to the rest of the state. Anyway. It's great to see parents getting fired up and fired back at the absurd things happening in some public schools. The way that some of these districts scoff at legitimate concerns of both students and parents, the people they're supposed to be working for, is nothing short of disgusting and frankly disturbing. Hats off to these folks who are standing up for these kids and female athletes across the country. Yeah. I mean, this is good to see that these fucking parents have lost their shit, have had enough, are losing their shit about this stuff, have had enough, and are willing to go in and tell these fucks where the hell to get off. Because these fucking cocksuckers have been sitting there dictating to fucking parents, all right? And they get away with it. Which is kind of funny because, the whole idea of the Department of Education is to set what you're supposed to do, but yet they've managed to push all this leftist shit in without it necessarily mandating it. And now under Biden, it did mandate some of that shit. But, and they sit there going, oh my God, we need to get rid of, they're freaking out about, oh my God, they want to get rid of the Department of Education. Well, yeah, because that would mean that parents have more control over this shit and would stop you fucks from doing this, because now a PTA meeting would be what it originally was, because the PTA meetings used to be where parents and teachers would sit there. The teachers would go over what they want to teach the kids, and the parents would look at it and go, no, yes, fuck you, that's all right, and dictate, because the teachers work for the parents. That's how it's supposed to be. And they would say, no, we don't want you teaching our kids this shit. They would approve the textbooks. They would do all of that. So, I mean, maybe we're on the right path. I mean, maybe enough parents who have seen enough of this shit, we can start seeing these teachers get removed from schools, even in Commiefornia. Maybe these parents should pressure the school board to fucking resign. They should be pressuring this school board to get the fuck out of Dodge. Anyway, yeah, I've covered this well enough. I'm leaving things here. If you've made it this far and haven't already, please like and subscribe. Also, feel free to subscribe over on the other platforms where this channel's content is uploaded to, as well as subscribe and follow over on sites like Minds, Gab, and Parler. Links to each are in the description.